here we go. Good afternoon, traders. This is AJ, AJ Trader 7 on Twitterville, and I'm also AJ in the chat room called Awesome Calls Trading. And this morning, I can't just tell you enough. Woo! Was it fun? It was beyond fun. It really was. And I had a lot of fun this morning, and many traders just came in the room excited, and we just knocked it out of the park. And I want to show you a few trades that we took and how they worked out and why. And I think you'll be very, very, very impressed. Now, as for full transparency, because you know I'm a very transparent trader, I took Neo this morning, sold off significant, down below 6, and everyone in the room knew that I was waiting for the pullback. I currently have a $6.18 average, and I will continue to add into weakness if it pulls. And this is a long-term swing for me, so I'm just going to be patient with it. I like the trade. I like the stock, and I'm going to be patient with it. That's just all I can tell you. And Credit Suisse came out with an upgrade a couple days ago, $12.50, and so the stock is kind of just sitting here right now. Also, I did take some Baidu because I'm telling you in the webinar, because I did not put it on Twitter, but I took some long. I took a starter. I'll add a little bit more if it pulls. And my entry is 18139. 18139. And the reason why I'm taking it long into earnings is because I spotted actually Dave, the trader, one of the most incredible traders in our room, great moderator. Everybody knows him. This gentleman is just phenomenal. Yesterday he brought this to our attention, and I didn't want to do anything on it because I thought we'd get more of a sell-off today, which we did. And but Deutsche Bank, a very conservative bank, I have to tell you, they're like Credit Suisse. They're very, very, very conservative. Their main guy over there that underwrites, analyzes Baidu, he actually raised it into earnings from $337 to $369 a share. So this is telling me something compelling could happen tonight, and it's worth a 10, 15-point risk for me, so I am going to take that chance. If it misses, the stock will be down to 150, 155, and if they do great, it'll be a 190, 195, maybe it pop to 200 in the morning. But we'll see. I mean, this is a pretty significant call, and I'm going to try it out, see what happens. But I'm willing to give it a shot. Okay? So if tomorrow's in 24 hours you find out it's down 20 points, then hey, at least I gave it a shot. Okay. Today we're going to talk about a few great trades, and for the most part, I think we hit it out of the park. A couple trades that didn't work for us was UA and Chugga Chug. I call it Chugga Chug. These two we were kind of eyeballing for a pop and pullback. They didn't really pull back the way we wanted to. We wanted 21 on UA, and Darkside even suggested go long 19 to 21 and 23 on UAA. We were hoping, and they both hit the marks of 21 and 23 respectively, but they didn't fade like we wanted to. They kind of stuck up here. We're thinking the next 24, 40 hours, because there's no upgrades out on the stock, these two should end up fading back down and giving some back. But for now, hey, they didn't really work the way we're used to. But let me show you what did work pretty good. I'll just share with you a few stocks. Netflix. Oh, and I'm going to show you TLRY. TLRY, we in Awesome Calls Trading, we really love the weakness on TLRY. And so this morning, this stock was gapping down significant. So I'm going to put up TLRY right here. And right around here, I want to show you yesterday's close. Here's yesterday's close, as you can see. And this morning, we woke up, the stock was gapping down at least 5 points to the downside. Now, that is significant for TLRY because TLRY likes to bounce on their pullbacks. It doesn't matter if it fades and continues to go lower. We don't care about that. We care about basically capitalizing on the pull down. And Whenever we get a pull down of that significance, we get a massive push on short covering squeeze. And I was banking on that this morning. So when it hit 83, I immediately flipped over TLRY, and it's right here, I believe. TLRY was one of our first calls this morning in the chat room, and we basically said to go long at 83.50 and $83 because the spreads were a little bit wide, but we were trying to get traders in right here, as you can see, 83.50 right here. A few traders got in, and we were looking for a pop out of the gate through 87 or more. Well, as you can see, it shot up to $95 a share in literally 20 minutes of work. So, and in 10 minutes of work, it shot up all the way to 93. So it was a nice 9 to 10 point trade. And that's what we love to do in Awesome Calls trading, where we really excel at, traders that don't have much money, have 100 shares, 8,000 buying power. That's all they have. They buy the open. They get 5 points at the push in less than, 4 minutes, as you can see. I made $400 on an $8,000 buying power account. So it was a really great trade in the room. Really impressed. And after it hit our mark, we were done with it. I don't really care what it does. I'll look at it tomorrow, and if it's got a nice gap down, I'll entertain it to the traders in the room. Next trade we did was, I want to give credit to the great Janny Moore, Art of the Short, man, the myth, the legend. And this morning he gets in. Now Janny's from Greece, so he's in the chat room at 3 o'clock in the morning with the dark side trades. And he was on the mic, and he had his screen share up, and it was exciting to watch him. And he just, for the handful of traders that were in the room, he called out a short right here. He goes, I'm going to short, I believe it was 126.80 or somewhere around there. And he was just looking for a nice 2-point fade. He was walking the trade down, and as you can see, look at the timeline, and as soon as the bell opened, and he covered before the open because he didn't want to get caught in a squeeze. But as soon as the bell opened, it pulled another 4 more points. So significantly, this was a 9-point fade before you could even start. And to some traders, this is their day. I believe Palmer, one of our traders in the room that a lot of you know, he actually scored on that one before the market even opened, and he was done. So even if you took a 200 shares or 150 shares short, you banked $500 before the bell even rang. So congratulations on that one. The next trade we did, I kind of got this one. I gave this one for free on Twitter. So a lot of you that follow me at AJTrader7, I gave this one for free. Basically, we had a sell-off for the last couple of days, and we got a below bottom. And in fact, we had a $40 price target from yesterday. Today, this gentleman on Twitter, and I'll show it to you. His name is PSK. This morning, he picked up an analyst call, and we all follow PSK loyally in here. And this morning, he picked up a stock called First Solar on his feed. And I'll show it to you right here. It's coming up. And there it is. And once I saw that, I read it, and I confirmed it. Also, my scanners, and sure enough, it was a $75 price target, overweight weighting, and significantly undervalued. That's all I needed to see. And as you can see, I immediately alerted all of you on Twitter for free that I would go long around 37.20, add on dips, and have a 37 average. And now let's take a look at the stock, how it played out. It was an amazing trade, no brainer. Just had to get in there and get going, and the stock has now hit 38.98. We're looking to 39 on it. And the notes this morning on First Solar was our number 2 pick in the room, and that we wanted $40 on the stock and to buy at 37. So we're $1 shy from what we're looking for, but you know what? Take what you can get in this kind of market. Get a 2-point trade. You look like a hero. So, and the fact that I gave it all to you free, the reason why I do that is because I have a lot of traders that I'm not in the chat room sometimes when I pick up on this stuff, and I start building positions in pre-market. TD Ameritrade allows you to trade 2 hours before the market even opens, so I'm already taking positions in pre-market. All right, so there's this one. for solar. The next trade that we did was our number one pick this morning, which was called ACHV. ACHV. All right. And this one was, we like to laugh at things in the morning when we get in. And ACHV definitely gets a laughter alert. But what we really try to do is we have a lot of traders that have small accounts. And we have traders that have, short sellers in here that have pretty decent size accounts, and they want to really, really get big size on this stuff. And every day I try to find them something specifically just for them so they can make like huge money. And they some of them like to trade 5,000 shares, 8,000 shares. Some like to trade 2,000 shares. It just depends on what their platform can get and how many are allocated and so forth. Well, ACHV had a ACHV, right? Is that what it is? ACHV. Basically, they announced that all this little headline crap, they were initiating a phase 2. Well, in the world of bio, that means absolutely, okay, can you hear it? It means this, all right? It means, can you hear it? It means garbage, okay? So that's trash. So what? You're initiating a phase 2. Oh, really? Want me to take you to dinner? How about doing your job? That's what initiation means. We're going to go do our job and do a trial now for phase 2. Well, great. Then why is your stock up? Because you decided to go to work? All right. So first thing you have to do is short the stock. You have to be short-sighted minded on the play. You have to anticipate that chat rooms will probably push it because they don't understand it. So it trades very thin. Watch for the pop. Simple call was take some short at 280, add on any pop towards 3. If it gets a little bit higher than 3, scale in short, add more. Take it down to 220 and under and gap fill it. So here's yesterday's close. I wanted to do 220 and under and it hit 2. That's it. So how do you break this down? Well, simply put, if you have $500 cash, $500 bucks, that's all you have, $500, and you go, you sign up with B-Trade to get you through TradeNet or one of his platforms, 6 times buying power is $3,000, right? If you took 500 shares, which is equal to $1,500, you would have made $500 today. You would have made 100% return on your money today if you came into Awesome Calls trading on your very first day. If you had taken 1,000 shares, which would have been your full buying power, and the first pull, you would have made at least $500. You would have made at least $900 on your trade today. So on a $500, you would have made $900 in this room if you just followed what we said to do. Simple as that. Anybody in the world can trade with us. Okay? Doesn't matter how much money you have. But if you had $500, 6 times buying power, and you took this trade as a number 1 pick, you were assured yourself at least between $500 and $1,000 in your bank account. That's 100% return. And I don't know any checking account that gives that kind of money. And for you part-timers, this is why we create the room. Okay? Next stock was EGRX. EGRX. Now, a lot of you hear this phrase out there, all-day fader. Well, we're the ones that engineered it. We are the all-day fader chat room. That's who we are. And on this particular stock, I mean, it was crazy. I mean, they missed a primary endpoint this morning. They issued earnings that were pretty light. They were also, I want to kind of share with you a little something, a little secret in the trading world. Whenever someone announces a buyback, right? See this, they want to buy 150 million share buyback and then turn around 10 minutes later after their poor earnings and go, can we hurry up and buy 50 million right now? That's a sign that investors are going to probably want to bail on that stock. So between the primary endpoint not met and then desperate for cash, or not cash, but putting money back in their company, I called a short on it. And basically what I told traders that before you short the crap out of it and enjoy an all-day fader, see where I wrote it? This is right there, all-day fader, right at the end of the words. all day fader. Okay, so all day fader. All day fader means that you basically there's a machine called Set It and Forget It by Ron Popol. It's a chicken. You know how like you set it, forget it, and you bake the chicken for like 5 hours, and you go walk away, and then come back 5 hours later, and you pull the chicken out, and you start eating. That's EGRX. Set it and forget it. So the stock was gapping down at $51 a share, and we immediately called for a long at the open, and we were looking for 54 on a cap. I wanted 54 to 55. I was very adamant that it probably would hit that first before you short. So what I try to do is prevent the great day traders in this great chat room of ours to get in too early, too fast, too soon. And so I kind of just held back on them, and I said, look, wait for it to pop to 54, 55, and then get in there. Once the lower lows set in, we can fade it all the way down. As you can clearly see, the stock worked, and we're still continuing to fade it. If you took 500 shares of this with $20,000 buying power, you made 5 points return on your money, or $2,500 today on your paycheck. $2,500. Stock is still fading 48.88. If you took 100 shares with 6,000 buying power, you are up $500 today. So not too bad, not too shabby. All right, next stock. Now this one you have to sit back and just take a deep breath and just go, what? This was crazy. But in fairness, I called a long. Now in the morning on Twitter. I want to show you what I said on Twitter. I do want you to see it. Okay, let's be transparent. On Twitter, I told everyone in the morning. It was one of the first tweets I did this morning, and I'll show it to you straight up. Okay, it was right here. It's important that you see this so you kind of understand where my mindset was. Right here. Boom. See that tweet? When this opens, we might see 110. Did you just read that? Because I wrote that at 5:15 in the morning. Market has not opened up until 6:30 Pacific time. 5:15 in the morning. I not only did I read the report, I analyzed the report. I'm sorry. Is there a trader that even can come close to me out there that owns a chat room? I'm just kind of curious. I mean, because I don't think he exists or she exists. But at 5:15 in the morning, I read the report and made a decision that the stock will open up at 110. 110. Now, what do you do with it when it goes to 110? Well, that's why you're in Awesomecalls trading. You want to see what we do with it? How about we put out the call to go long at 110 and get 5 to 10 points to the upside. That's right. That's exactly what we wrote. That is exactly what we said. That is exactly what the stock did. Now I want you to look. Ding, 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 ding. 110. Nothing but buyers and short sellers. And within, and you can look right here, and within 1 hour, you would have made 18 points. Forgive me, traders. I don't know of a chat room on the planet that can almost make you that kind of money. Okay? 18 points in 1 hour of work because I determined that the stock would make a move to the upside, not to the downside. All right? And I have been playing IPGP for the past 2 years in chat. This is why I trade every day. This is what I do. I learn from my mistakes. And by the way, remember I gave you Baidu when I first started the room, the webinar? Remember? Look at it. I'm up a point. But I'm JJ. This is what I do. And so I'm green, but I don't want the money. Okay? I don't want it. I'm playing for the move. And if I'm wrong, I'll take the hit. But to a lot of traders, to make 1 point, I mean, you walked in the webinar and I gave you this call right here, and I'm already up a point. Look, right there, 1 point. Anyway, it is what it is. We're Awesome Calls Trading. That's why we're called Awesome Calls Trading. All right, so that was a great IPGP. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we will do one more trade. Boy, we can pick anything we want. How about let's do NVDA? Oh, this was a beauty. Oh, if you didn't get excited about NVIDIA this morning, give me a break. NVIDIA, JP Morgan out this morning, and it was also on PSK's Twitter feed. I want you to take a look on NVIDIA this morning. JP Morgan gave it an overweight, and now they did cut it by $10, but by issuing the overweight, JP Morgan has a lot of influence on the market. Therefore, we like the stock, and we wanted to go long on the pullback at 185 on the video. So it was all about trying to get that pullback on it. We were looking for like 185 entries, 185 50s, and we were looking for a big push right out of the gate. And that's exactly what we wrote down in our notes. And any pullback we would add into it. It was our number, I believe it was our number 4 pick. We were looking for the stock to open towards 195 at the open. That's a 10-point push, and that's because JP Morgan was issuing such an impactful call on it. So let's take a look how we did it. And here we go. And here's the open. 185 long. Boom, 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 boom. 195. And it hit 195 in roughly 37 minutes of the open. So basically, we took 100 shares, 19,000 buying power. You made basically $1,000 in 19 minutes. Pretty incredible, huh? Well, that's what we do in here. And that's why we're called Awesome Calls Trading. So that is today's recap of some of the plays that we did in here. I basically introduced to you probably a good 100 points, 125 points right in front of you. And for you crickets out there, I hope you enjoyed this webinar, and because I think it was very entertaining. Kind of showed you what we do, what the real life it is in here. These calls were all written down pre-market, way before the market opened. Guidance was given a few minutes before the bell rang. And as soon as the bell rang, we gave constant guidance throughout, when to enter, when to exit. And I will say one thing on a trade I particularly took was Netflix. This is one that I really want to share with you before I clock out on this. This was just a beautiful setup this morning. And I went long this morning personally, and I announced it to the room I was going long. And I started around 277, and I added all the way down. I had a 2762 average, I believe it was, and I was waiting for the pop. And I knew Netflix would shoot out, market would turn a little bit, and we'd get a nice push. And I was right. And I actually sold just under 280 on the stock right about here. I wish I didn't, because it obviously went to 290, and I left 10 points on the table. But you know, I teach what I preach. And I don't like to take, I like to take my money. If it's showing me green, it's my money. And I'm going to go get it. So anyway, that is today's webinar. Thank you so much. I hope to trade with you tomorrow. Hope you found it pretty cool. And we do this every day. Every morning when you walk into this great chat room, there will be a list of ideas, regardless of the size of your account. And we will make sure that we put every effort to helping you hit your goals. The goal in the room is to hit $250, $500 a day, or the goal is just to simply be green on a trade to feel that confidence, because trading is all about fear, and you need to get over the fear when you're trading, with especially with real money. So I appreciate all of you. Mad love and respect. Thank you so much for listening, and that is our recording for today. Bye-bye.